Good, yeah. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PPT. This PPT belongs to subject discrete mathematical structure. This in this concept video, I am going to discuss the subject discrete mathematical structures. Okay, further let's move into the topic. Before entering into the topic, let me introduce myself. Myself, Bhuvaneshwar, currently studying in CIC department. In this PPT, I am going to discuss the topic about state which of the following sentences are propositions. First statement, a triangle contains three lines. Second, x plus 2 is a positive integer. 5 divides x. This is the topic which was allocated to me. So I will discuss about this topic in this PPT. This is the table of content which I am going to discuss in the whole PPT. First, introduction. Second, brief explanation of the topic, like what is the meaning of preposition. Before entering into like question solving the problem, let me briefly discuss about the introduction of the topic, and let me allow you to gain the knowledge of the prepositions. And at last, we will solve the given problems. We will briefly discuss about these three in this whole PPT. And after completion of this PPT, I will ensure that you will be able to solve these problems by your own. Yeah, first let me introduce that, and this is the introduction. First, preposition. Like this is the prerequisite of the topic. By using this prerequisite or by knowing these topics only, you can solve the above mentioned problems. So let us discuss the prerequisite of the topic before solving the sums. First, propositions. What are the propositions? Like these are the belongs to the Boolean algebra, Boolean mathematics or Boolean algebra mathematics, which are completely different from the algebraic mathematics, like which we will deal with true or false. In this, first we are dealing with propositions. Proposition is a declarative sentence. First, what is the declarative sentence? Declarative sentence means a sentence which describes something. Which describes something is called declarative sentence. A proposition is a declarative sentence that is either true or false. uh, Proposition comes under declarative sentence, which says whether the declarative sentence is a true or false, where true is denoted by capital T. For Boolean algebra or algebra, Boolean mathematics, the symbolic notations are still not fixed. We can use any symbol as your wish. In this I am going to consider true as capital T and false as small f, as capital F. Notations were used to represent the proposition. The most common variables are like PQR. Even I am discussing about each sentence PQR. You can take any A, B, C, D, but I will prefer PQR in this PPT. This is the basic meaning of proposition. Like just it will describe a sentence, declarative sentence, which is either true or false, but both are not. Like both can't be. Either it should be true or it should be false. Then propositions. See, let us try to solve some examples to get the brief idea. Like first example, drilling for oil caused dinosaurs to become extinct. Like yeah, it's true, right? We know it's in fact, so it is an proposition. Second, let us see the second one. Lookout. Like lookout means you see outside. It's not describing whether it's a true or whether it's a false. It's just explaining or questioning or answering lookout. It's not saying whether it is a true or false. So we can't consider as a proposition. It is not a proposition. Lookout is not a proposition. So you can even find that if there are exclamatory marks, like exclamatory marks means exclamatory sentence. Those are exclamatory sentences are not propositions. We can consider even. That is the second one. Let us see third one. How far is it to next town? Even this is a question tag sentence, not a declarative sentence. It's even not a declarative sentence. It's a question tag sentence. It's not satisfy the declarative sentence statement, so it's not an proposition. Just it's an asking the question how far to the town is. We can't answer it in either that is a true or false. We should mention with specific units. So it's not a proposition. Next, x plus 2 is equal to 2x. So here x plus 2, even like it looks like it's declarative sentence, but it includes variables. Like so, if the declaration contains variables, we can't call it a proposition. X plus 2 is equal to x. So if you keep x is equal to 1, it is false. If x is equal to, it is true. For x is equal to 3, it is false. So for some values it's true, for some values it's false. Unless and until we know the x value, we can't say it's a proposition. If the x values were given specifically in a finite set, then we can say it is a proposition. Now as the x values are not known, x plus 2 equal to x, so it's not in proposition. Now let's see the last example. X plus 2 is equal to x when x is equal to minus 2. Yeah, it's a proposition. If as I described above, as we did not know the x values, but here we know the x value, x is minus 2, but the sentence is false. Even though the sentence is false, we know that a proposition means a declaration which is true or false. Here the sentence is false, so it's not mandatory that it should be true, so it may be even false, so it's a proposition. So now let us recall a proposition is a declared sentence that is either true or false. Here are some further examples of proposition. Like to leave the ambiguity between different sentence, let us solve some more complicated ambiguity sum so that we can get some more clarity. All cows are brown. No, all cows are not brown. So some cows may be blue, some cows may be black, some cows may be white. Any color is possible. So all cows are brown. It's false. As we can say, it's false. So it's in proposition. Let us see the second one. The earth is far the sun than the Venus. Yeah, if even we don't know about the solar system, we can say that it may be far. Like if they are at the same place, it will be false. If the earth is before the Venus, it is true. If earth is far away from the Venus, it is even true. Like any case will be either true is false, true is possible, even false is possible. So we won't bother about whether it is true or false. So it is a proposition. Let us see the next example. There is a life on Mars. There is a life on Mars. See, there is a life on Mars. Yeah, if it's not still even not proved, but we can consider it as of now data, there is no life on Mars. So it's false. So it's a proposition. Now let us see. Here are some sentences that are not propositions. Let us see some examples which are not propositions as of now. Do you want to go to the movies? It's a question. Since it is a questioning, it is not a declarative sentence. As I mentioned, the proposition should be a declarative sentence. Here it is a questioning sentence. It's not a declarative, so it fails the proposition. Next, clean up your room. Here we are. It's an imperative sentence, right? We are ordering someone clean up the room, clean up your room, ordering or requesting. It's not a declarative sentence. Even here it fails to be a proposition, so it's not a proposition. Here in the case it's even failed. Next, as we discussed before the sentence 2x is equal to 2 plus x, it is a declarative sentence, but until we know the x is an SN as some values or otherwise prescribed, the sentence neither true or false, hence it's not a proposition. Unless and until we know the x values, it won't be any preposition, even it is a declarative sentence. Next, let us consider the next example. This sentence is false. What happens if you assume that statement is true? False. This example is called a paradox and it is not a proposition because it's neither true. This sentence is false. Like, how can you say this sentence is false? It may be true even. It may be true. It's not describing something, right? What happens if you assume the statement is true? It will be false. It's an ambiguity between this. Like this is called a paradox statement, like which you can't specify clearly. So it's neither true or false. It's not the preposition. Now let us come to the topic which was assigned to us. Like we solved till now, we came to know what are propositions. We came to know we solved different ambiguity questions which are harder than given questions. By using the previous knowledge, let us solve these 3 questions which are given to us. First, these are first state which are the following sentences of proposition. First, triangles contains 3 lines. X plus 2 is a positive integer. 3 divides x. Now first a triangle contains 3 lines. Yeah, if to be a shape to be a triangle should for sure it should contain 3 lines, right? So it's a true. We can say every triangle should definitely contain 3 lines. It's a true, so it's a proposition. Next, x plus 2 is a positive integer. Yeah, it depends on the x, right? It's a declarative sentence, but it's not a proposition. How? Let us see. Suppose if you take x is equal to minus, if you take x is equal to minus 3, it will be, it's not a positive. If x is equal to plus 3, it is a positive. It depends on the value of x. Unless and until you know the value of x, you can't define it as you can't define it as a proposition. So basically it's not a proposition. Even though it is a declarative sentence, it's not a proposition. X plus 2 is a positive integer. Like in this case, in this, like if you had an algebraic variables in your expression, unless and until you know the values of x, you can't say it is a proposition or not. So x plus 2 is not a positive integer. If there some x values were given to you, then you can prove by using mathematical expression whether it is true or false. Depending on that, we can say it is a proposition. Next, let us see 5 divides x. Even though it's the same case as above, 5 divides x. Unless and until you know the values of x, you can't say whether it is true or false. If even though it is in declarative sentence, 5 divides x. X is equal to 1. Yeah, 1 divides 5. If x is equal to 5, 2 won't divide 5, right? So unless and until you know the value of x, you can't say the whether it is a true or false. So it's not a proposition. Yeah, these are the three. This is the topic given to us. So we discussed the three sums, and I hope you got clear understanding about the three sums. I solved it in front of you now. Yeah, in this we got two or one is proposition, two are not propositions. Let me before closing this video, let me briefly discuss what we discussed till now. First we discuss what the proposition, like how declarative sentence and propositions are related, and what are the notations as I discussed earlier, and some example which relates the ambiguity between the each of the sentences. And we solve this 1 2 3 4 5 examples, and later we solve some complicated examples of one or four complicated examples. Next we saw this again, this paradox proposition statements, and later we solved three sums which were assigned for us. In these all are the videos, these all are the topics which we covered now. I hope so you got a clear understanding about this whole. Thank you. So thank you. I am concluding this video here. Thank you.